What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 29 of my Total Warhammer II modded Count Noctilus campaign. So as we saw last time, Noctilus has destroyed Aranessa's force and taken Lucini and is ready to push on through and take the rest of the territories belonging to the Pirates of Sartosa, completing that objective and forcing Aranessa to join us in the next, I assume, few episodes, because they do have quite a few territories that we still have to take. We also have to decide whether we want to attack Belagar Ironhammer here, and I think I will, just for the fun of it, if nothing else. Otherwise, up north, where are we here? There we go. Silostra has taken Conquata and is moving on to the Citadel of Lead, after which all of Albion will be ours to, I guess, hold, even though we can't build walls there, and it's one of those annoying provinces that will force us to essentially leave a reaving fleet, probably just permanently just sailing around and defending against anything that comes near. I suppose there are islands here to continuously gathering while we do that, and Silostra deals with Norsca or possibly Bretonia or something like that. Not that we really need any of that. We're just fine. We're trying to get to our objectives at this point, but yeah. Otherwise, Luther Harkin's still working on them jungles, although Spectazuma is now finally ours, and we are just going to get some of these Depth Guard in here to round out his army. They're going to be pretty damn strong in his army as well, so I'm pretty excited about that, and then we'll have to take out these lizards. I'm hoping what doesn't happen is that they move south through this, and then go for the Wellsprings of Eternity or the Pillars of the Unseen Constellation, which still needs an upgrade in order to get those walls, and if they move down here, then unfortunately we won't be able to stop them, but I guess we'll see. We'll have to, in that case, send Luther Harkin down, and that's about it. That's all the lords we have, although 2 more lords are coming, and they are recruiting their stuff quite quickly. Unassigned skill point, what? I swear I saw, oh, it's Silostra, okay. I was about to say, I swear I have assigned all the skill points already this episode, but apparently Silostra, we are holding on to those points still. Now, Belagar, I guess it's time to fight you. Let us ask Vidrioth or Torgavan to join you, or join the war. Torgavan is weaker, 63, and likes us a little bit more. I really doubt that they'll actually ally with us, but you never know. Join war against Clan Angrund, and then we will ask for a little bit of cash, not that we really need. A low 800. You won't give us 800. Oh, you frickin' elves. If you were near the coastline. Alright, fine. We'll just straight up join the war against Clan Angrund. There you go. And there you go. Mostly because I feel like it's almost guaranteed that they'd eventually betray us, and there's really no point in waiting for it to happen suddenly, whereas we could just destroy this force right here as we are. Now, I'm pretty sure that we could, yeah, they're even going to try to run. That probably means that this is very much auto-resolvable. What do they have in here? A bunch of yeah, this army wouldn't even reach our battle lines, I think. Pyrrhic victory? Alright, we'll fight it. I'm just not going to bother making the cinematic battle. We'll just have the gun line deal with them. I'm really not afraid of their artillery pieces. That's for damn sure. Ooh, is this a hill we could put Bess on? Or maybe this hill we put Bess on? Either way, I think we have a pretty good advantage. Of course, Bess is also a giant mortar, so she can arc over everything. Alright, yeah, up here looks pretty good to me. Best right there, and actually face the army. Then you guys are gonna go right there. You should be able to arc your shots a little bit yourselves, maybe even go around like so. Are you in Bess's way? No, I think we're okay. Then mortars right behind you right here. They can arc over whatever they damn well please. And then finally our gunnery whites right back here. Hopefully the mortars don't hit them, but if they do, they do. That's just sometimes the nature of being a gunnery white. Alright, you guys are going to be group 2. Noctilus, you're going to be group 1, and I guess you're going to wait for the dwarves to get to you. Now we just have to figure out how we want to set up our gun line. You guys, I guess you can be up here. Try not to get in the way of these guys, and then I mean, we could set up the rest of the gun line up here. We could do half and half, like let's say, yeah, you know what, let's do that. Let's go, let's say 3 of you right along here, and honestly we could probably do the same thing with you guys, like so. I really just don't expect them to actually reach our lines, but you never know. You never know, why risk it. I don't like how this hill might be blocking you, but I suppose if you're firing down this way, then it will not matter. Man, you guys got range. You really got range. In fact, if you do have range already... Wait, can you can fire from here at, for example, that bolt thrower. Yeah, just sit up here then. Because I'm willing to bet that these guys will not be in range. In fact, let's double up on their lines, like so. Good luck reaching them. Let's get you guys into skirmish mode. We'll put Noctilus right down here, and I want Rodimus a little bit up higher, like up here. Ah, there we go. There we go, because Noctilus is unhurt and the rest are not. Alright, start battle, start deployment, and get to it. Let's go right... Well, you guys are firing already. Let's have you go for that enchanted ballistics. Let's have best target, let's say... this bolt thrower unit. No, there's a grudge thrower. Target the grudge thrower first and then move on to the bolt thrower afterwards. You're already getting destroyed, so I'm happy with that. Oh, Best was targeting you first. Beautiful. Well, I'm very happy with that. It looks like the deck gunners are actually doing a pretty good job killing those miners with blasting charges as well. Oh, looks like the grudge throwers are hitting us. Do we want to summon anything on anybody? Maybe we want to use some of our spells. Just use your Norscan Roar and whatever. It really doesn't matter. I'm really not taking this battle seriously, which you can probably tell. Are you gonna stop right before getting there? A little bit too far, damn. Oh well, all good, all good. Let's summon a unit of zombies right here as well. How we do another? Oh look, if it isn't Mr. Belagar. Oh wow, he's taking a lot of hits. I guess only one unit is firing at him, but still impressive. Ooh, let's heal you up. You've taken some damage. All right, how we doing otherwise? I'm not really controlling our artillery either, so... you, start chaining shots to that bolt thrower, please. And you know what, I guess we could summon the Tomb Swarm right on top of all this. And then do this as well, there we go. Do we want to use our shanty yet? Nah, not yet. Let him get a little bit closer. You, however, may want to summon something. Let's go with a... Well, I mean, I guess you don't really have a lot of choices in what you're gonna summon. What are they attacking back here? What's back here? Oh, I forgot the Queensguard was... Oh, my bad, Queensguard, my bad. I completely forgot about you. For those of you who were yelling at the screen about that, yeah, definitely my bad. Hornswoggle, this guy... No, move away. You're gonna take more damage from our own units than you are to Belagard. Go it so that you fight sideways, like that. There we go, yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean, damn it. Let's do this. I should probably stop auto-targeting with the artillery pieces, although Queen Bess has almost destroyed the enemy artillery. Alrighty, how you guys doing? Now you can get back into the fight with the Slayers, I guess. And you know what, sea shanty it up. Ranged units, well, if you're gonna sit there for us to attack, then we might as well allow that to happen. Oh, these Dwarf Warriors are actually getting near to our line. Oh, I guess you weren't unable to summon stuff? Well, whatever, Belagar's almost dead anyway. Hey, mortars, don't fire on that. Fire on specific units. Do this, and this, and... Wait, did I not do that? Yeah, there we go. Cannons. Fire on cannons or bolt throwers, I guess. Best fire on this. Alright, there we go. Belagar should be dead. Summons are holding, and Rodimus, you, I guess, can actually move up. Looks like you guys aren't firing on anything. Let's take a position that's something like here. Summon another unit of zombies, I don't know, there. Mostly to force the enemy to stop so we can get our guns targeting them. And Noctis, I guess you're gonna have to heal yourself and the Queensguard now. Alrighty, Queensguard, you still fighting those Slayers, but looks like to the death now. Go near Noctis, I'm gonna heal you both up. Right there. You guys, keep moving. Alrighty, there we go. Battle should be just about over now. Oh, I've been forgetting to enchanted ballistics this entire time, that's why. There you go. Alright, and the battle's over anyway. Yeah, I could have used those enchanted ballistics earlier. My bad. I used it early and then I promptly forgot about it when I had to actually tell units what to do. It's so unusual for Noctilus's army, it completely threw me. Alright, let's just speed it up to max while the artillery, destroys everything that is left. Queen Bess, you've got a lot of shots left and you kill these miners, I guess. Wait, did they run away before we attacked? I feel like they did, and therefore therefore it won't matter, right? The armies are just gonna be dead? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think it'll be dead. Alright, let's stop this now. Either way, we could auto-resolve it afterwards, even if it isn't. Yeah, wait, I do remember them backing off, okay. And let's see, 333 kills exactly on best, although that'll increase after this screen typically. 52 losses, a little bit higher than usual. Not quite 5%, but still. Most of that was Queen's Guard and a little bit on our one of our zombie units that got hurt, but we can just heal it up to full anyway, not like we need the money all that badly. There we go. Now Noctilus, ooh, defeated Bellegarde gives you, oh, subterranean intercept battle's useless. Useless trade is useless. Go to Myrmidons, and I know that you could probably heal up, but I don't care. Go to Myrmidons, you'll be fine. Whose territory is this? Oh, this is Myrmidon's territory, yes, okay. And then will it be, I think it'll be faster to actually go out to sea and then land us, so just do this. Heal up a little bit faster like that. We've also got another point to use on you. Was I gonna do shark bait? You guys did take a little bit of damage a few times. Which wasn't horrible. You know what? I feel like we go for Lucky Charm. I want that extra missile resistance. I also want all the ammo stacks as well, which we are kind of running out of points for. Honestly, should probably just remove this straight up. We'll see. We'll see afterwards. There we go. I believe that's it for this turn. We're going to end it and we're going to proceed to Myrmidons, but more importantly, I think... well, actually, I don't know what's more important. I wanted to do something. Slan Gold. We could do that. Oh, you know what we could do? I believe there was a Riddle of Ranald nearby. We could summon a... Yeah, there was one here, and one all the way up there, eh? Alrighty, so for example, you can summon Mourngul Haunters, and I think that's the only place where we can actually generate them. But we have room for Mourngul Haunters only, so we summon one, we use it to dig stuff. So let's go with you, Mr. Devious Robin. Alright, there we go, and then you are going to be, for once, not a fighty sort of Mourngul Haunter, just a haunty sort of Mourngul Haunter. So assassinate, damage building. We can always delete you later if we should so desire. Oh no, you know what? Let's focus on this first. Heroes Army, enemy hero success chance, just in case, even though I somehow doubt it. And then let's go Steam Command, there we go. Retinue Trainers, Specialist, Assassinate, Damage Building. Don't really need Spread Corruption, but do it anyway. And I generally find Hinder Replenishment relatively useless. There's very, very rare times when you would actually get any use out of it. So, meh. Yeah, there's definitely some riddles that you could pick up, friendo. 1, 2... And I guess we could go up there later on. Alrighty. Let's send you to the Slan Gold thing, and then we'll deal with it after. I also did want to get another. We could conquer Maragliano with you. I did want to get another lord to sort of take some of Noctilus's stuff that he no longer needs, so that we can get him his new Necrofex Colossus, which has been waiting for quite a while at this point. I guess we'll do that at Myrmidons then. Alright. Makes sense to me. Alrighty, let's end this turn and proceed then. Is there not one more turn until we can pop that right? Alright, fine. One more turn it is. Not like we have a lot of buildings, a lot of those particular buildings in the first place. So it's only going to give us an extra like 2,000 gold or something like that. Oh, looky, Pirates of Sartosa, you actually had an army up there. Okay, that changes the plan a little bit. You can't fight it for 2 or 3 more turns, and then they'll be able to reach Lucini, or Lucini, rather. I take it that's not Aranessa herself, although I do see the Rotting Promethean. Oh, look, another one of these armies. Okay, yeah. We've definitely gotten Noctilus into an actual fight here. Go figure. In the sense that he'll actually have to work for it and actually destroy some of these armies. You're actually pretty weak, but Tomb King's faction has performed used to have to be recruiting for a while. We got the Protective Hide going, Curse of the Bountiful something, raiding. Oh yeah, Curse of the Bountiful Treasure, go. 58941. 6-3. Oh, it's a little bit better than I thought it was. All right, nice. Technology. What next to research? I do want to get an admiral to guard Albion for us, or at the very least the seas around it. But probably not right now, especially since it can't actually recruit anything there, and we'd have to do it via global, and all of our global right now is being used. Is there anything here that would help us a little bit? Raise dead cost reduction doesn't really help. Honestly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we could get And none of them are all that useful. Well, let's just start getting these guys in here so we can at least summon them whenever we damn well please. Yeah, and then we will be done with all this soon. Alrighty, well, at least with the research. Now, you, Noctilus, oh, you can't go very far. Damn it. Can you actually reach Lucini? I don't know that you can. Oh, 2 more turns. Actually not as bad as I thought it was. I also got to remember that we got to get you some a Vampire Fleet Captain. Also, you're gonna go down to, I believe it was Temple of Telencan, was it not? Slangol, Temple of Telencan, so thus to the temple we go. How's that recruiting going? Pretty darn decent, and we do want to get you another one of these gunnery whites. We still don't have the freaking capacity, but we're getting there. We're working on it, I swear. You got yourself an upgrade, and therefore you're getting a vast ye. I guess you could sail down here and just straight up trade with Noctilus, rather than what I was planning before. I mean, we might need some help here as well. And it's not like I was necessarily going to use this particular army defensively, it's just that it's not a very strong army as yet. It will get significantly stronger with upgrades, though. And yeah, we could give you Noctilus's 2 deck gunners, although they have been doing pretty good, I will admit. But anyway, we'll see about that. Luther, oh, you can't do anything. You can get your harpoon launchers. Let's max that out. 2 more turns until those depth guard are getting in your army. And we're just gonna stay right here. There are a bunch of armies and they could attack. 3 full stacks, eh? At least this place is getting a little bit in the number of units. Also, let's get our buildings upgraded. Ooh, Sartosa, you got your... Oh, right, gunnery white increase numbers, please. Itza, yes, next level. Spinus Sotek. Another one of these things that I was just talking about earlier. You, another one of these things as well. What do we get in here? We have the Yogam Stones. I guess we do want the Palisades regardless of what we do, so let's go Palisades it is then. You take the Citadel of Ledges, double check. Aha, nope. There is a Rakarth nearby. A filthy, filthy Rakarth. So, here's the question. Do we go here? We can't ambush, damn. Yeah, crossing this costs too much. And I think he'll be able to land an attack in a single turn, unfortunately. Alright, then just go to the Isle of Lights. I doubt he'll attack you. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I really doubt it. We could also try to set sail. No, we can't, because he'll just then go past you and then... Yeah, okay, fine. We do want to get these crow's nests and stuff up and running for you. Was there anything else? Oh, right, we also wanted to get the dart launcher. Oh, I guess it's time to take back your... crew... Whatever, carpenter? Ship's carpenter. That's the name of the thing. You, right? You don't need it for a while now, because we lost all of your population growth, and you've maxed out your harpoon launcher, so the next thing is going to be probably one of these, and not as important, and probably one of these as well to increase our gunnery capacity everywhere. Probably one of these to get your cannons up and running, but yeah, it's going to take a while. So, in light of that, Ship's Carpenter, you are being replaced by another whole banner of militia, I guess, although Noctis is also... got some damn fine use out of those. I went to the wrong place. You. First mate, keep it. Sartosan map right, probably keep it. Rampager standard is okay for you. Honestly, all this stuff is pretty okay. Now I'm thinking, what the heck do I get rid of? You're getting good use out of the Lichbone Pennant, I assume. Rampager Standard and Burnt Banner of Knights really fit here. Same with the Banner of Eternal Flame, mostly by virtue of the fact that we have the Burnt Banner of Knights. Man, plus the 20% base weapon damage is not too bad either. I really don't want to get rid of the extra 6 leadership because the Banshees really benefit from it. I guess Sartosan Map Right's the only choice, and then we'll replace him once the Ship's Carpenter has built what needs to be built and done what needs to be done. Alrighty, well then Noctilus, you, rather than going in here, I guess are... Well, assuming that you can't reach this, just assuming that you can, we can try to go into ambush right there, and then be able to reach you next turn. 25%, right? I feel like it's not going to work. It's going to do that thing where it acts like it's 25%, but because Noctis can move further, Yeah, it, I should have known. So that's 26%, but whatever. Not a big deal. Just move here. If they keep moving forward, they're dead. If they don't, we'll get this army to defend instead. Alright, happy with that. Lucchini, get your zombie watchtowers up and running. Do we need any more upgrades? Volcanic Islands. Yes, please. More upgrades, more growth. Ooh, 29k left only, and we have 12k, but that will change soonish. Let's move everybody else before we continue here. Wendy. I guess we were going to try to dig right here. I really thought it would be here, but apparently not. Ah, there we go. Great Hoard of Treasure, there we go. 10k, that certainly helps matter. Let's see. Margaret, where are you? I no longer remember where I was sending you. It looks like I was sending you here. So that's where we shall send you. I guess we just want to see what's going on with the Dragonfang Mountains stuff, because there might be a decent Pirate Cove action that we can get out of it. Other than that, I believe, once again, we're going to end the turn. Everybody's recruiting, nobody can move. We can't get any more Vampire Fleet Captains / new heroes. You are going to be ready in 2 turns. It's ironic. It's too bad that you're Trusty Montfort instead of Two Toes Adley, because then I would have renamed you 2 Turns Adley. But oh well. Do we build another? You know what? Let's just temporarily build one of the. Where are you? Yeah, regular zombie pirate gunnery mob. Just to fill this army while we can't get another gunnery wight for now, and obviously it's going to change as we retrofit this army and do things. Anyway, with that, once again, we end the turn. There are unassigned skill points, but I think I'll be able to take care of those between the episodes as is usual. War declared between Talaqua, New World Colonies, and the Hunts Marshal's expedition. Well, that's all great, but doesn't really do anything for us, unfortunately. Would have been much better if it was Mazdamundi. Now, where have you decided to go? You clearly didn't want to piece a Noctilus. That's for sure. Looks like Angren is also mustering here. Okay, I think that what we have to do is force Noctilus into an ambush stance and try to draw one of the Dwarven armies forward or something like that. Exotic goods hauler, yada yada yada. Alrighty, Mary Amstrel, every time. Ready for duty now, and then let us get our last Notorious Admiral. This is certainly lowering our level of infamy, but not to worry, it should be pretty easy to get it back up into a good place. Now this, with the garrison at Miragliano, and the stack and a half, that will probably be a worthy battle for Count Noctilus, so therefore that's what we're gonna do. Just get your ammo, get your Lucky Charm first. We'll attack this in a second. Let's move everybody. Wait, do we have time? You know what? We don't have much time, so let's screw the movement. We'll do it next time. Let's get the battle going instead. I feel like it'll be much more worthwhile. You're probably getting hit Lucchini next turn, but whatever. This will be worthwhile, because then we can take Miragliano and defend it instead. Alrighty, and they are willing to fight, and it'll be a valiant defeat. That's what I like to see. There we go. This one I'm going to take a little bit more seriously than the previous one, and actually properly set up our lines, and we'll actually bother to target our artillery on particular enemies. Ooh, and they do have 2 organ guns plus 3 bolt throwers plus a great cannon and some okay melee troops in there. Ironbreakers, a couple hammers, a bunch of longbeards and stuff. Lovely. Plenty of range units too. This should be a fun time. Let's get to it. Cinematic battle. Noctilus. Let's see how you do. Alrighty, now where Belagar's army suffered a pretty, I want to say, embarrassing loss, let's hope that Scrag, was this guy's name Scrag? That sounded like a Skaven name. It sounds suspiciously like a Skaven name, if it was indeed Scrag, but I no longer remember it. It just says Rune Lord over him. That was something like Scrag Stone Shadow. I should have double checked before this. I just remember thinking that, possibly Skaven sounding? Anyway. Well, let's get back to it. So the big thing and why I've paused it at the start here is that as I did say, I would take this battle seriously because the enemy do outnumber us pretty heavily, and on top of that, we don't really have a melee line. In light of that, I went pretty heavy on the positioning instead of just, blobbing up. So what we have here, first of all, the positioning is based on the fact that one portion, or the reinforcing portion of the enemy army, is moving in on this side of the map. So we want this giant clear firing lane to be able to attack them. The other portion of the enemy army, of course, is here, so we need to be able to fire at them as well. As such, we have 3 units of our zombie pirate gunnery mobs together with Noctilus and Rodimus holding the flanks essentially and anchoring the line if the enemy should be able to reach us, and then firing across this space. Then we have positioned our mortars here as far as possible from these guys on the one hand, but also using the tree line for cover. And the tree line for cover is pretty important, as the enemy does have organ guns and all that sort of stuff, which are ineffective when firing through trees, extremely so, as they have no arc and they have to fire through them directly, especially as it's a pretty giant pile of trees, which is why I didn't want to move these guys too far away. Definitely want to be able to use these trees to cover from the artillery so that these guys can stay safe. Now these guys, these zombie pirate gunnery mobs, are going to be facing this direction so they can fire on the reinforcing army together with the deck gunners, who are going to move up a little bit so that the hill doesn't interfere with them, and are actually going to move forward a little bit after that together with the artillery. Now speaking of the artillery, 3 of the mortars, i.e. these 3 mortars over here, are facing this portion of the map, and then the rest of the artillery, including Queen Bess, our queen, and the carronades plus 1 additional mortar, are all facing this way. Obviously, we want to do as much line damage as possible, so the carronades firing through this would be more damaging than them trying to hit this. Plus, the trees would interfere with us here, and only the mortars can really arc over them. Well, Queen Bess can too, but obviously there's a lot more enemies to hit. Anyway, I believe that's about it. Let's get this battle started. Obviously, Noctis and Rodimus are immediately going to take aim, and they're going to fire on this one organ gun that is able to fire through here, which makes it fairly dangerous. Otherwise, okay, let's just speed it back up to normal. Otherwise, here comes the massive reinforcing army. Fortunately, our artillery is here. Ooh, look at that carronade shot, and here comes a couple mortar shots, plus Queen Bess, plus all of our cast our bound abilities. Ooh, there we go. Nice shot from Queen Bess. And as I said, there's the Norse Roar moving through the enemy lines. Here comes the Sartosan Grape Shot, or the no, those were the Zufbar 42 pounders, and then the Sartosan Grape Shot, I'm sure, will follow into that. So there we go. As soon as they arrive on the field, one of the unfortunate things about, and the Tomb Swarm going down here as well. Lots and lots of damage dished out immediately. Not a crazy amount of kills, only about 300, although to be fair, 300 kills of dwarfs isn't really all that little. Now it's about to be 400. To be fair, once again, they do have fairly low model numbers in their units, and on top of that, they do tend to not lose as many units as they have to drop down in HP fairly considerably. But that's just the dwarfs for you. This has been a terrible place for them to appear on the field, and we haven't even got the deck gunners or the other range units firing at these guys at the very least. Here, however, the secondary army, our gunnery mobs, are firing. I don't even know which portion of the battlefield to watch at this point, just because they're both pretty damn awesome. Alrighty, and we do have summons available on Count Noctilus should those guys get closer, but damn, look at how much damage the artillery has done here. And yeah, what I was about to say was the major disadvantage of the Dwarven army is the fact that they're very, very slow. So when you have a massive range advantage like this, and especially range in terms of having more ranged units, but range also in terms of the fact that Queen Bess can fire across like half the map, or possibly more than half the map, that's a pretty huge advantage. Over here, we're going to cast a Tide Call on the 2 units of Dwarf Warriors and Hammers that are moving closer and closer to our battle lines, just to slow them down by that, whatever the extra percentage of the Tide Call slowdown is. 25%, I want to say it is 20%. Close enough. The melee defense obviously doesn't help here, but the rest does. and there we go. Finally, our range units, our other range units, zombie-powered gunnery mobs, as well as the deck gunners, are also gonna start firing. A look at all those routing dwarves. How many have we killed so far in the first minute and 35 seconds? 1,000 of the Dowie have met their end. Not drowned, unfortunately, but I mean, we could always raise them and drown them in theory. In theory, because not in practice. Unfortunately, not something the game allows, but all good. You guys keep firing, getting a little bit slow with your firing rates. There we go. A little bit better, especially considering you can actually arc. But yeah, these guys do fire pretty slow in general, and they're better off at attacking small numbers of units and like elites and stuff like that. Anyway, looks like this army is not even reached halfway to us, but we did summon one of Noctilus's pet drowned dead units. He has also started anchoring the line together with Rodimus, who has moved in to intercept the enemy iron breakers, who are now chucking satchel charges at him. Unfortunately, the unit of Longbeards got past him. I thought that they would rout before they reached our line, and they are wavering, but unfortunately they just barely were able to reach it. In the meantime, as I was saying, a Noctilus has intercepted the enemy hammerers, preventing them from reaching our line and forcing them to rout quite quickly as well. There we go, and all this time, obviously, our artillery has also been working on this side. You can see the mortars arcing every shot. Look at that, mortars here, here, and here, all over the place. I love it. Just fill the map with mortar shells. That's what I love to see. Obviously, they have a fairly decent amount of thunderers here. I believe 3 units, 1, 2, and then there should be 1 in the woods here, and our mortars are obviously going to have to target those. They did have priority targets on the enemy hammerers, but now they can take care of those. We've also summoned 2 units of zombies via our bound summon spell, both of which took out this organ gun, and then this organ gun is soon to follow. Oh wait, well, we will summon a second one. This organ gun is soon to follow as well, but obviously it's not really achieving all that much, as I've said. The trees are really interfering with it. But generally speaking, I'm really liking the way that we positioned ourselves here, and these guys can continue firing until this army is dead or otherwise very much crippled, and then immediately simply turn around and start firing on the reinforcements. Speaking of the reinforcements, they now have their artillery coming in, which is, I believe, a great cannon regular cannon, whatever. Regular cannon, I'm calling you regular cannon now. Plus 3 units of bolt throwers. Obviously, we're going to have to retarget those, or otherwise they will do too much damage to our precious gun line. So Queen Bess is going to target those, even though she's been doing a great job, and so are the carronades, just because we want those off the field as fast as possible. Carronades not really accurate enough to deal with these things very well, which is kind of unfortunate. This is kind of what makes me think that carronades are probably not worth it in Luther Harkin's army. Generally, I mostly wanted them to be able to trade shots with enemy artillery, but they're just not that good at it. They're not nearly as good at it as great cannons and dwarven regular cannons. So yeah, over here it looks like the zombie-powered gunnery mobs are starting to turn around. Unfortunately, one of the enemy units, the Iron Breakers, did charge right past Rodimus Prime and did engage our unit of zombie-powered gunnery mobs. Rodimus is still chasing them, but yeah, kind of annoying that he didn't force them to engage them, but oh well. They will obviously be able to do quite a bit of damage to our zombie-powered gunnery mobs, but they didn't charge the Regiment of Renown, the Black Spot, which are a little bit better in terms of melee fighting. 29 defense versus 28, although they obviously would have still taken damage here. At least they wasted all their charges chucking them at Rodimus here. Lovely picturesque sky. This is reminding me of the battle as against the Empire in the Vlad campaign, because all of the bats against the picturesque sky kept happening in like every single battle. Still, this army is trying to reach us, and still they are failing. Gun line is really working, although they're starting to take hits from those cannons and from those bolt throwers. Bess is now retargeted and is now firing at them. The first of the bolt throwers is off the field, and the second one is soon to follow. Love seeing this battlefield covered in smoke as it is from our artillery, and all the guns firing in every which way. What a fun battle, even if it isn't a very long one, although 3 minutes and 40 seconds is a little bit longer than the average battle we fight, which, as I've said, is usually about 2 to 3 minutes. There we go. Some Wraithfire support. And now I do believe while Rodimus is still trying to engage those Iron Breakers, we have Noctilus, who is now fighting the enemy Rune Lord and taking no damage himself, but he has already got the enemy Rune Lord to about half HP. I don't believe our guns have been firing at the said Rune Lord at all, so this is just Noctilus dishing out damage to him. The guns have been way too busy with other stuff. You're a brave one, little guy. You're a brave one. You really needed a throne like that. What's that thing called? The anvil or anvil of war? I keep wanting to say anvil of war. What's Thoric's thing called? And what's Thorgrim's thing called? Regardless, one of those. Need some bearers to carry you into battle. Otherwise, you're just, you know, barely even able to whack away at the foot of a Necrofex Colossus. Now you're running away. Oh, you're coming back, but I'm sure not for long as Noctilus once again charges up. Oh, and does not fire. I guess I told him to melee attack. That's fine. Oh, the point blank attack, though. Still very nice. Alrighty, and you should be fully routing after this. Good luck with that. Otherwise, it looks like finally the enemy Iron Breakers have decided to break, and Rodimus gave chase to make sure that they didn't come back and as he can fire while moving. The rest of the army is looking like it's about ready to chain ride. We're at 5 minutes now. The enemy only have 450 units left out of 3.5k, which is pretty damn good, and there it is. Looks like they're all getting ready to rout, and they were never able to reach this gun line. Yes, they did take damage, but the vast majority of damage was done by the enemy Iron Breakers to this unit of zombie pirate gunnery mob. If I had had a clear shot, what I would have done is probably take these flintlock dead sails or the Mordaka team and switch them to fire on the enemy. On the enemy Iron Breakers, because they do have the Shield Breaker ability, but once again, they were doing pretty damn good here. Let's see, 96 and 144 kills, much more kills than the Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mobs. I am curious to see how much damage they dealt out. Although not as curious as, you know, Noctilus and stuff like that, who is now firing on those Dwarves. Now it's just a matter of killing as many as we can, because we will probably want to auto-resolve the rest of these armies to death, or the settlement itself to death after this. We're also now going to get the Queen's Guard out of the woods. They were in hiding this entire time. They can at least take care of one of these units of Thunderers. They do run very, very quickly. I was get a kick out of watching them just to run at stuff. There we go. And they can rip those dwarfs apart. Yeah, probably... Yeah, you do shame your ancestors. You're taking axe wounds to the back. You're meeting your ancestors with wounds to the back, and I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be too happy about that. So the Depth Guard are going to rip those, or the Queen's Guard, I should say, are going to rip those guys apart. And then they're going to chase down this Rune Lord as well. Speed up the battle, or the speed rather, to max now and just take care of whatever's left. Alrighty. What's the kills on these guys now? 110 and 166. It's making me think that maybe we do keep these guys. I mean, it really depends. Some battles they do much worse than the regular handguns, but then some battles they do considerably better. It really does depend on the kind of enemies you're facing. If we were facing a bunch of Skaven slaves, then typically they wouldn't do all that well because their fire is short. Although they do have a small splash, to be fair. Oh, and both the enemy lords have died. It looks like this guy got sniped, and this guy got ripped apart by our Depth Guard. And there we go. Just like that, the battle is over. Nice. Ooh, it's a pretty nice city in the background too. Yeah. I guess the sea is. Oh yeah, we can see the sea back here. Once again, I wanted to check. Whether it was a port city. Ironically, I was doing the exact same thing in today's episode of the Vlad campaign. Was seeing whether we could spot the water in the Altdorf map or near the Altdorf map. But anyway, that's it. Heroic victory, perhaps unsurprisingly, but we had some damn fine positioning, and we were able to destroy most of the enemy dwarfs. I'd say about 95% before they ever got close to our line, especially with the reinforcing army. So, fun battle. Alrighty, once again, Noctilus damn well comes out ahead, but this time actually does take a few losses. Still not that much, but more than 10% is, generally speaking, a good battle for Noctilus, as pretty much all armies have a really tough time just reaching him in general. Otherwise, we did fairly good damage. I mean, that battle, I feel it was pretty much entirely up to positioning. We didn't have a hill to fire down on from, and instead we were able to use the tree line. We were able to split our army so that we had the ability to fire at both enemy armies, and then able to turn around our units and fire at the other reinforcing bigger army as soon as the smaller army was done. Kind of proud of myself for the positioning in that particular battle, and I think it's certainly told. Alrighty, now in terms of money, we are not going to take it, or just we're going to assimilate those captives. Now, can we auto-resolve this to death now? Are we close enough? Can Noctilus actually fight it? I think he should be able to reach it. Hey, we got another Trickster Shard, another Riddle of Ranald. I do wonder where this one's going to be, and we'll check this out in a second if we can auto-resolve. But just where's this new riddle? And it's all the way up here. Okay, now we got two up here. Okay, yeah, this is... I think we're just going to send the Morgul Haunter up there after he takes a Slam Gold. And you know what? I feel like this one now is probably so far away. Is this a great horde or is this a small horde? Miserly horde, so it's 10k down here. You know what? I feel like we can get a better one. Oh, but there is a Skull Island here. You know what? When we send a Lord to get the Skull Island, we could send him to pick up that. Nah, but then again, do we bother leaving it? I don't like it. No, you go away. You go away. We'll get a better one. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying, let us see if we can't auto-resolve a Miragliano to death here. Close victory, really. We just obliterated this army. Close victory. I wonder how much damage we're going to take for doing this. Do we really have to fight this? I suppose we could fight this manually at the start of the next battle. The thing that concerns me here is that this guy lands right now, but then again, this army is also weak and pathetic. You know what? We'll be fine. Even if there is another Dwarven army, even if there is like another full stack here, and this guy attacks us and brings the next full stack, I don't think it matters. We're taking Miragliano. Yeah, some units got badly damaged, but whatever. Occupy the place. Ooh, no, we have money. Occupy it. We wanted Miragliano anyway. Antilia now fully secured, and there we go, another Riddle of Ranald. Where is this one gonna be? And are you kidding me? What? That's basically where it was before. Well, that's pretty irritating. You're going to go away again. Now I'm salty about that. Haha, well, I should be salty because we're at CR and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, as I said, this is about it. That battle did take quite a while, and I'm going to call this episode here. It was pretty enjoyable. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle. I think it was one of the more fun ones that Camp Noctilus had, just by virtue of the two armies attacking from different sides there. So, damn enjoyable. Next time we will probably get Trusty Montfort maxed out, i.e. able to move, as we will have completed the Crabby Boys. We're still missing a couple Vampire Fleet Captains, some Terrorgeists, and some... well, that's about it. Terrorgeists and Vampire Fleet Captains, but that will take a while, especially as, well, leveling everything does take a while. Other than that, Silostra will most likely fight Rakarth in some capacity. Next episode is... Where is Rakarth? I don't know where Rakarth went. He could be in the fog. He could have sailed away. Okay, so for one turn, what we'll do here is, well, what, can Conquata? Yeah, Conquata can defend itself and does have walls. What we'll do is we'll have Silostra wait here, and then maybe Rakarth will come along while he thinks that Silostra is gone, and then we'll hit the Citadel of Lead after we figured that out. But lots more to do next episode, so stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for Luther Harkin possibly starting to fight these guys. I mean, it's very conspicuous that they're right here. At the very least, we can get a nice battle going, but I'm not going to try until we get the rest of our depth guard here. If they allow us to just sit here and recruit 2 more depth guard instead of these zombie pirate deckhands mobs, that would be amazing. And I would also probably replace the Carronade with just another mortar instead, because honestly I feel like the mortar is performing a little bit better. Maybe we could give it one more chance. We'll see next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.